this evening, about 9:15 p.m., what you saw was there were some police who went onto the roof of that building and fired tear gas canisters and noise guns, flashbangs, lights that make a lot of noise and disperse the crowd. The crowd then continually tried to sort of move around. The fire was set over there. There was a fire burning behind us over there, and they set fire to the police station and then this building. The police are now gone. We have heard a lot about the fact that the National Guard is active in Minneapolis, but there are no police here. There are no National Guard. There are no firefighters. A little earlier, a block over there was a fire, and the fire department did show up, but as Morgan Chesky reports, they were not able to actually get to the fire until the crowd dispersed, and at that point, the building was largely destroyed. So it's important to understand the context. There's no authority here. There's no police, no fire, no National Guard at all, and frankly, I think that's a strategic decision because this crowd is worked up. They are full of grievance about George Floyd. You constantly hear the chants, say his name, I can't breathe, his name George Floyd, and I will say that this is a much more dynamic situation than it was even 3 hours ago. Chris?
Hey, does Black Lives Matter to you?
So I will say this: there's a bunch of protests going on in different parts of the city, and people have culminated in this area. So the crowd has become a little bit larger in the last few hours, and it's angry. There is a lot of grievance in this crowd. It's visceral. Every couple of moments, somebody will come around to me and ask me, as you just heard somebody say, "Do Black Lives matter to you? Are you telling people about the police?" So there's a real sense of there was one video, then there was a second video of the arrest of George Floyd. Now there's been a third video released, and the police were fired very quickly, but no charges have been laid. The Minneapolis Bureau of Apprehensions continues to study this. The Hennepin County Attorney, the FBI is involved. People have called for charges to be laid, but this crowd is wondering, what does it take? Back before there were video, they could understand that. Now they can't. People are calling it a lynching. So there's a lot of anger in this crowd, and I would say it's not dissipating. The crowd in certain parts is thinning out. The anger's not, Chris. Yep.
Kill cops that kill. Don't trust me, man. Hey, does Black Lives Matter to y'all?
Yes.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like it's working.
Yeah, it's a good question. It's important to note there were some various protests around the city. One of them was in, hang on a second, we're just going to get out of the way of, there's traffic coming down the street now. There were a number of protests today. One was at the Hennepin County building, and that was sort of a more organized, peaceful protest. People took their knee. There was another one at City Hall. It was very heavily occupied. So we're just on the move, Chris, because there's stuff going on here. This one was about the police. Right? This isn't about the Attorney General and about politicians. This one is about the fact that 4 police were there when George Floyd died, and these people want justice. They want that dealt with the police. So what they've done is they've taken the police station. That's symbolic, right? There were no police in it. Ultimately, the police left. There were 5 or 6 police. We don't know how many, and they left. But symbolically, this crowd is angry at the police, and what they are looking for is justice as it relates to the police. Chris, we're just going to reposition. I'm going to come back to you in a few minutes, all right? Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Clear?
Yeah.
Listen, the desk just called me. They said that the protesters have cut the lines. The city's tweeting out that the gas lines are cut, and it could blow, so we're going back.
Got it. Okay.
They said they're going to call the control room and cut you.
Got it. Okay.
All right, so we're heading back. Okay. They're cutting back to the car. So the city tweeted out that the protesters cut the gas lines.